In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Illustrator to quickly design a monochrome logo or letter form in which you create contrast by manipulating two design elements, type and value. Make a new file in Illustrator. 4 inches is fine. We'll have a color model of CMYK, resolution of 300. And I'm going to start with my initials, R and M. And let's bump this up to full size and start to work with it. Now in this case, I think for my initials, I would like to have a serif typeface. I want to have a really strong classic Roman typeface, one that's got a bit of weight and that has really pronounced serifs. So let's try Baskerville. There we go, Baskerville. And I think maybe let's even try semi-bold there and have a look at that. Okay, now let's create some value contrast. So what we're going to do is select just one of these letters, M, and we're going to dial back. Instead of having 100% black, let's take this down to say 40% and see what it looks like. Next, I want to make these letters a lot taller so that I can set some type, my name, right in the middle of them, but I need them to be a lot taller. Now obviously I could just select it and stretch it that way, but that distorts the actual shape of the characters. So here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to go to Object, Expand, and Object and Fill, click OK. And that will create, instead of type, that creates a set of paths. Next, we're going to go to the line segment tool. And with no stroke, no fill on the line, we're just going to simply draw through here, create a line, and draw through the M and create another line. Now we don't see them because there's no stroke and no fill. But if we select all, Command A, we can see everything there. Okay, now let's go to the Pathfinder tool, which would be under your window menu if it's not already on your desk. And let's click Divide, so because we want to separate those shapes. Okay, now if we use our direct selection tool, we've got the bottom half of the R selected. We can move it down. And we can do the same with the bottom bits of the M by selecting them each together and move that down. Okay, let's even separate them even a little bit more. So let's select all of them. With the direct selection tool, separate them just a bit more. Now let's put the type in the middle here. Now for this I want a contrasting typeface, so we're going to go with something really light, really elegant. Let's try Helvetica Neue that has an ultralight option here. And instead of that we'll go with ultralight, and let's start with about 18. Let's keep this all lowercase and see what this looks like. That's going to fit pretty well. Okay, this is starting to look pretty good, but I think this ultralight type needs a little bit more air in it. So what we'll do is I'm going to select each word separately and expand the tracking. Let's set that at about 75. And I want to do this separately because I don't really want to increase the space between the two words. See how that looks. I think that's probably a little closer here. Set that back in a little bit more centered. Okay, I think this is getting really close, but I think we should maybe put a line above and below the name to kind of define the space a little bit. So let's select the line tool. Put a black stroke on there, And let's try about 0.75 points and see how that looks. Right on there. Let's copy it and make another one. Bring it down to here. Line them up. Oops. And there we go. All right, I think we're about done, but those lines look just a little bit bold to me, so let's try making those a half point instead of 3/4 of a point. And I think that's a little bit better. So voila, there you have it, a quick monochrome logo in Adobe Illustrator that creates contrast by manipulating two basic design elements, value and type. Thanks for watching.